So, if you haven't heard the news, Supergirl was cancelled. Um, Now after season 6, there were rumors that they were splitting up episodes because Melissa Benoit, the main actress, is still pregnant, and then a potential season 7 is coming, but nope. And then all future plans for the show have been shelved, and it wraps up with an extra long season 6 because they were still filming season 6 when Melissa got pregnant. Honestly, I I think it's kind of sad for all the people who worked on it, not even the main actors or whatever, but I mean the whole staff crew for lighting and stuff. It it just means a lot of workplaces are gonna be distributed to something else. So on the production perspective, I think it's kind of sad. But on the other hand, I think it's really good that it's getting cancelled because Supergirl has been kind of shit. It had in season 1, it had its charming side, because it wasn't run by the CW, but as you know, season 1 of Supergirl ran on CBS and then was moved to the CW, and so the atmosphere was quite different to the show. But halfway through season 2, problems began uh, racking, and that continued afterwards. A huge reason why I dropped out of the show during season 2 was all the problems they addressed. There's nothing particularly wrong with addressing feminism or identity politics. It's just the way it was handled was really fucking bad. My favorite episode of the whole series will still be Midvale. I have gushed a lot about this episode multiple times. I think I mentioned it in an earlier video even. But yeah, it's finished. I have no idea as to what stories they had. I know there was Brainiac and this other member of the Legion of Superheroes. But I mean, since it's getting kind of a spin-off with the new Superman Adventures of Lois and Clark show, I can fairly bat an eye. But again, there was stuff that annoyed people, except if you're an SJW or something like that, and you probably weren't annoyed by these things. But most of what they addressed was really on the nose, and nobody likes really when somebody teaches you morality in a condescending way, and they simplified a lot of complicated issues to such a degree that it was almost dumb. And the dialogue also became increasingly worse, and some aspects like the Martian Manhunter or Superman being downplayed in terms of abilities compared to Supergirl. When you look at the comics and see that Martian Manhunter is just as equal or even stronger than Superman or Icon, you know, he's actually one of the heavy hitters. Now, I know they explained this in the comics too, with saying that Supergirl was already a teenager and she absorbed more sun through her journey to Earth, unlike Superman, who was a baby, that somehow female Kryptonians can absorb more energy, solar energy than males. A lot of confusion came also in the fact that way too many people read way too deeply into the subtext between Lena Luthor and Supergirl, but that's just because the actress of Lena Luthor gives off these bisexual vibes. I've seen her in other shows, and there she does this thing too. I don't know why, but yeah. And so they started, of course, shipping, and but this ship was never really answered, and sometimes the creators as well as the actors made fun of those fans who were shipping Supercorp, which is a big no-no, but somehow nobody really bat an eye because they seem so progressive. And I think there's kind of a problem with that. Anyway, it's cancelled. It gets more episodes than usual in season 6. I will not watch it. I recommend again watching Supergirl season 3 episode Midvale, because Midvale is just amazing as a sole episode, and probably the best thing that came out of it. That and Lex Luthor. I was actually kind of anxious how John Cryer would portray Lex Luthor, but so far what I've seen of him as Lex Luthor in a crossover special and some scenes from Supergirl that included only him, they were fantastic. So yeah, and I'm not sure. See us soon in a different video. I still have to finish off the Legacies trilogy. Well, and I will talk about the story of season 1 of Legacies and season 2 and what works and what not. Until then, this video has to suffer enough.